You are watching the Randy and Christa show. I'm Randy Alvarez.
And I'm Christa Orecchio, and this is news that makes you healthier. We all want clean, clear, beautiful skin, and we are talking about the way to get it today is from the inside. 80% from the inside,
That's
only
what she
20%
says.
from the outside.
Now, so this Dr. Cates, she's a naturopathic physician practicing. She notices, according to her, she notices that by putting people on an anti-inflammatory diet, by balancing their hormones, that their skin was getting better.
Yes,
right?
By filling in their nutritional deficiencies, by getting rid of their oxidative damage with antioxidants, all of a sudden their skin starts getting better, even though skin health wasn't the original goal.
Now, you told me that there's somewhere written up that dermatologists, or the American Board of Dermatology or somebody, takes a stance that food, it's not proven that food could have anything to do, and I'm paraphrasing, anything to do with great skin.
Yes, I'd like to read this to
you. You have the quote.
I have the quote here. Okay, so the American Academy of Dermatology, despite all the research, stated on February 17th, 2016, there is not enough data to recommend dietary changes for acne patients. Instead, the Academy says the recommended treatments include topical therapy, antibiotics, and oral contraceptives. I could not disagree with this more, and that's what we're here to talk about today.
Okay, good. So, you know, there are dermatologists that are coming around. I have had them on my show. I mean, Tess Mauricio is one dermatologist. She says, my colleagues never talk nutrition with their patients. She says, I tell people, if you're not gonna change your diet, this isn't gonna work.
Yes.
So you believe that too?
I believe that too, and I think that we're going to talk to Dr. Cates about her new book, Clean Skin from Within, and that should really be in every dermatologist's office.
And she lays it all out, from nutrition to topicals in her book.
She does, yeah, to determining, because you need to customize. Like, so what is your skin type? Based upon what your skin type is, what may be the root cause or the causes, the combination of causes that have led you where you are, and then how to fix that. Is that through the hormones? Is that through the gut? Is that through, topically with not putting toxins on your system, or is that through, your diet?
Did you notice that in your clinical practice, that people, as a side effect with eating better, healing their gut, that their skin gets better?
Thousands of times, literally thousands of times. So my work has been in the gut microbiome for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And so we have people who, chronic eczema, psoriasis, scaly patches not going away. They've been to every top dermatologist they can think of with no reprieve. We heal their gut, we balance their immune system.
And that goes away.
And it goes away. Chronic eczema, you do not have to deal with long-standing skin issues if you are willing and able to get to the root and clean up your health.
Now, I know her age. She looks legitimately 12 or more years younger than her age. I mean, it's flawless.
Well, we all have that power.
Your skin's good too.
Oh, thank you.
It's because you eat so well.
Well, we all have that power with how we take care of ourselves, as we'll find out.
Okay, good. So we'll go to the interviews. We both interview her. I like your interview better, but we'll let them be the judge, right? Okay. You're watching the Randy and Christa show. I'm Randy Alvarez. We'll be right back.
You're watching the Randy and Christa show. I'm Christa Orecchio, and today we are talking about getting clean skin from within with nationally recognized naturopathic doctor Trevor Cates. Trevor, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here, Christa.
Thank you for being here, because I know that everyone watching has been to a dermatologist, has gotten a prescription for either oral or topical skin care that probably hasn't worked or has been a Band-Aid, and we have to get to the root cause solution.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you're recognized by everyone now in our industry as the spa doctor. So how did that come to pass?
Well, it's actually pretty simple. I was actually working in a world-renowned spa, and I was offering a program for patients for weight loss and hormone balance and those sorts of things. And one of the things that they mentioned was that their skin cleared up. And it wasn't really what I was expecting people to come see me for, but that's one of the reasons why people kept coming back to see me, is they would tell their friends that their skin got better. And so then I started seeing more people for skin stuff. And that's really how I got to be known as the spa doctor, because people would say, oh, you need to go see that spa doctor.
It's right. So you fell into beauty by way of helping people heal from the inside.
Right.
And so your new book, Clean Skin from Within, comes out in March. Yeah. I read it. It's an excellent book, and that's why I wanted to have you on the show, because we have the same philosophy. It all is part of the root cause. And so now people are coming to you, and you break skin types into 5 different skin types. And I love how you call your skin your magic mirror in your book. So tell us about your 5 skin types.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I see skin as our magic mirror. Like you said, our skin is our largest organ, and it's right on the surface of our bodies. Mm-hmm. So people don't need special imaging equipment. They don't need x-rays to see it. It's right there. All you need to do is look in the mirror, and you can see your skin, and it gives you great information. And I want people to realize that the name of my book is Clean Skin from Within, because so much of our skin's health comes from the inside out. And of course, what we put on our skin makes a big difference too. But what we do internally is so important. And that's why I wanted to redefine skin types, because I don't want people to just think of their skin as dry or oily or acne prone. I wanted them to think about what might be the root causes of what's really going on with their skin. And I really see people as, my patients as people, and I look at the whole person. I'm not just looking at their skin. I'm not just looking to suppress the skin condition at hand. I look at skin as giving us information about our health. And so when our skin is clear and clean and glowing, it's a really good indication that our health is going in the right direction, that we're making good lifestyle choices. But when we have skin issues, like our skin is dry or breaking out, we have eczema, those sorts of things, it means that something's out of balance, and we just need to restore that balance so that we can regain our health and have that glowing skin.
So what are your 5 skin types?
My skin types are Amber, Olivia, Sage, Emmett, and Heath.
They're people names.
They're people
I've
names.
taken your skin quiz, by the way. I'm Heath. So tell us, what does that mean? What do these names mean?
So yeah, I see everybody is people, right? So I wanted to give these human names. I base these upon patients, and in my book, I go in depth in these, and I talk about the stories behind these people and how I use these people to kind of redefine the skin types. But with each of these, I have 6 root causes that I find that all skin issues, you can tie it back to one of those root causes. And with each of these 5 different skin types, there's a unique combination of these root causes, because I get asked so many questions about skin. What should I eat for my skin? What products should I use for my skin? And what it really boils down to is you need to find out your skin type, and then you can find out your root causes, and then I just make it super easy for people to then customize their program, because I know not everybody can come see me in Park City, Utah. So I wanted to be able to get this information out to people, because there's so much we can do ourselves to help clear up our skin.
Right, and knowledge is half the battle. And so instead of lab work, or we could kind of almost identify what our root causes are. So you say there's 6 root causes, from inflammation to blood sugar issues to hormonal health. What are the other 3 that I'm missing? The 6 root causes of skin issues.
So there's also microbiome imbalance and nutritional deficiencies. And the idea is that we're looking for the root cause, because our skin is giving us these messages. And so when we find that root cause and we address that by supporting the body's innate ability to heal, we can really clear up these issues. So for things like blood sugar imbalance, and I just want to say that this is probably different from what people have usually heard, because the typical approach to dermatology is just to cover it up, to suppress it. Put a steroid cream on it, take an antibiotic. Those are the kinds of things that are typically used. But the problem is it's not addressing what's really going on underneath. And so if you just cover it up and you keep covering it up, it's just going to come out in your health in some other way. So I've seen that people develop allergies, autoimmune diseases, those sorts of things, more complicated health issues when they don't address the root cause. So blood sugar issues, for example, something a lot of times people don't think about with their skin. But when we eat sugar, our blood sugar increases, and that increases insulin production. And extra insulin production increases androgen activity and sebum production. And androgen activity increased and sebum production are two of the big things that trigger acne breakouts. So people they're wondering, why am I breaking out right now? Well, did you just eat a bunch of sugar? Because that could be part of the issue. And people that have chronic acne, that's one of the big reasons they have it, is because they're eating a lot of sugar, their blood sugar is increasing, or they're eating foods that turn to sugar, and that's creating this imbalance in their blood sugar and causing them to break out.
This is just so crucially important. I'm thinking of so many clients that I've had to do cleanup work with because they were on Accutane for so long, which is a steroid, and that had given them leaky gut. You know, the antibiotics and the steroids give them microbiome and digestive issues and then hormonal issues. So if we can get this information out now, especially to our teenage population, about cutting back sugar to improve your skin without having this medical intervention that then can throw their life off course down the line. This is crucially important, and that's blood sugar. Inflammation is huge. Talk about inflammation and what that means for the skin.
Inflammation is huge, and that's one of the biggest root causes for skin issues. I actually call it skinflammation because it's internal inflammation that shows up on the skin. And so one of the things that blood sugar can actually contribute to inflammation issues too, but a lot of skin issues are related to internal inflammation. So we need to do things to decrease the inflammation. So,
like what?
So eating an anti-inflammatory diet, getting foods like wild Alaskan salmon, which is high in omega-3s, which is it's anti-inflammatory. Getting lots of antioxidants in the diet, so colorful fruits and vegetables, those are great, helping reduce inflammation. So one of the big skin concerns that people have is also aging skin, people that are aging prematurely or aging faster than they should.
And that would be your number 6 root cause, oxidative damage, right?
That's one of the root causes that goes into, that's one of the big root causes for accelerated aging is oxidative damage. Because when we're exposed to the sun, I mean, we all know people that have been out in the sun a lot and they tend to age more rapidly, right?
Oh, and I was such a sun baby. Yes, put on the baby oil and burn.
Absolutely, we used to all do that, right? And that created oxidative damage on the skin, so it causes the skin to age more rapidly. Well, we also can get oxidative damage from toxins in our environment and our air, water, food, and personal care products. And so what we need to do is have more antioxidants in the diet to help reverse those changes and protect us. And we can do those antioxidants from the inside out by eating those in our diet. Also, what we put topically on our skin, when it contains antioxidants, that can be really beneficial too.
Perfect.
Yeah, so when we're looking at skin, a lot of it that I talk about in my book is what diet, what foods should you be eating, what nutrients should you be getting to help address your skin from the inside out. But what you put on your skin, I would say, is probably like 80% internal and 20% like what you put on, because that's still important too.
It is. So let's talk about the 4 kind of main ingredients you want to make sure to avoid putting on your skin. And then I want to talk about the 80% in the body, which is your 2-week plan of how we're going to shift the microbiome and cut inflammation and start to get the changes that we seek.
Yeah, absolutely. So we all use personal care products. On average, we use 9 personal care products a day. And if you start adding them up, you probably think, okay, I use more than 9.
Yes.
But if you use 9, which is the average, that exposes you to 126 unique ingredients. And unfortunately, it's not well regulated in the United States. In Europe, and for example, they've banned over 1,000 ingredients in personal care products. In the United States, they've only banned 11 ingredients.
I sincerely hope that changes soon, and that standard goes for food and for GMOs and for a lot where Europe has more stringent standards than we do. So you have to guys, be your own proprietor of your health and read the ingredients and understand this information to keep yourself safe.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that we don't have more protection, but knowing this is the first step, right? So we have to start reading labels, just like we read our food labels and supplement labels. We want to read our personal care product ingredient labels too.
And so if there's 4 ingredients that our viewers should avoid, I feel like parabens have got to be in the number 1 or top 3, right? In your skincare products.
Parabens are a big one. And you'll see on the label, you'll see methylparaben, propylparaben. You'll see paraben at the end of the word. And those have estrogen mimicking properties, and they've actually been detected in breast tumor tissue. So this is definitely something we want to avoid. Even so-called natural products will sometimes contain these. So it's important to look, and they should be listed on the ingredient label. These do get absorbed. We have detected, in many various tissues of the body, it's been detected, including, the breast tumors, and it's detected in urine. So we know that the body absorbs these. And so we want to avoid them, because the last thing we want is to disrupt our hormones and predispose us to other issues when we're just trying to make ourselves look good, right?
Right. We don't need to sacrifice our health for beauty.
Right.
What would be 3 other ingredients off the top of your head to make sure are not in your skincare products?
Yeah, fragrance is a big one. And a lot of times people don't think about fragrance as being an issue because we all want to smell good, right? We do. And so we'll see fragrance on the label, but the problem is that is an opportunity. Putting the word fragrance on the label is an opportunity for manufacturers to hide a lot of ingredients under that one word. So they actually don't have to put a lot of things on the label. So one of the things that's in fragrance is diethyl phthalate. And diethyl phthalate is a type of phthalate, a plasticizing agent that also has hormone disrupting effects in the body. And so it's used in fragrance to help the smell last longer. But again, we don't want to be disrupting our hormones, because this group of chemicals called endocrine disrupting chemicals can lead to issues like thyroid problems, infertility, imbalances with our hormones, certain types of cancers like breast cancer, prostate cancer. So we definitely want to reduce our exposure to these endocrine disrupting chemicals, EDCs.
Yes.
And people sometimes just don't think about their personal care products as being one of those places they're exposed.
Okay, what's next after fragrance?
Well, those are 2, parabens and fragrance are 2 really important ingredients to avoid. I actually have a huge list of them in my book. I have 20 of them in my book, Clean Skin from Within.
Okay.
I love people to check that out, because I really want to focus on talking about some of the success stories that I've had with my patients. And I have a 2-week program in my book, and it's fantastic to help people finally get that answers to clearing up their skin. For example, I have a patient who is in her 40s who has acne. And she came in to see me, and she was just fed up because she thought, okay, why am I still getting acne in my 40s? I thought that was something for teenagers, right?
Fair.
It's not fair. But what we realized was she's an Olivia type, and we realized that we needed to get to her root causes and address those. So I put her in my 2-week program, and it was amazing to see the changes in her skin. And I know how emotional this can be for people. I suffered with skin issues when I was younger, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this, to help people. And she had been so embarrassed about her skin. She didn't feel attractive. She felt like she had to hide, and she had to hide under makeup, and she didn't want to go out in public, because, especially in a swimsuit, because she had acne on her chest and her back. But this cleared up with changes with the diet.
Isn't that amazing that at 40 you can clear up your acne and get your confidence back? So how do we do it? What's the plan?
So much of it comes from the inside out, right? And that's, I talk about my book, Clean Skin from Within. And another one of the big root causes is microbiome imbalance. And with the gut, if that is out of balance, if we don't have the right balance of good bacteria, and with it's out of balance, it impacts the skin, and it shows up on our skin and impacts the skin microbiome, which has its own balance. So what we do internally affects our skin microbiome, and what we put on our skin does too. So there are ingredients we have to be careful with. We have to be careful with the pH of products. But I make it so simple in my book. I outline it all so that people don't have, it takes the guesswork out of it. It's right there. And I have seen such great results with my patients. I'm so excited to share this with people.
I am so excited for you, and congratulations on your new book. I think the first place to get started is to take the skin quiz, and you can go to thewholejourney.com/skin quiz to see which one of your 5 human types you are. I've taken your quiz. I'm Heath. I tended towards rosacea, and to your point, Trevor, balancing my hydrochloric acid and improving my gut health has helped tremendously with that. And so that's step 1, is to take the skin quiz, and then we'll read your book and start taking 2 weeks to change our diet.
Yeah.
Okay. Any final takeaway?
Well, I just want to encourage people to take the skin quiz because it really is a great tool. I really obsessed on creating this quiz because my 17 years of practice, I want to help you get to the root cause, and this skin quiz will really help. It's only 10 questions, but it is specific, and it's going to give people great information to get them back on track with their health and their skin.
Love it. Thanks for being here, Trevor.